All right, we've got the University of Georgia head coach Scott Stricklin, accompanied by players Patrick Sullivan and Riley King. We'll open it up with an opening comment from the head coach, and then we'll have questions for the players. Coach.
I thought it was another really good baseball game. Both starting pitchers were really good, and both defenses, for the most part, played well. We just found a way to win. Connor Tate came up with the big hit. I thought that gave us some life. We just couldn't find a way to score in the second and third. We had opportunities and just couldn't get the hit. We hit some balls hard, but just didn't have the momentum until Connor got that big double. So huge hit for us to tie it up, and then the bullpen took over. Ryan Webb, he was out for about 6 weeks in the middle of the season. He's had a little rust coming back. That's the best he's been since the beginning of the year, and that's a really good sign for us. If Ryan Webb's going to throw like that, great to get Shunk a save, and then Patrick Sullivan gets the big hit. Kind of looked like they were going to get out of that jam. They struck out Cable and they walked Shepard, which I think was the right move because he's so good against left-handed hitters. And Patrick found a way to get that ball to drop, and that was big at bat, and that's a big win for our program.
Questions now for the players.
Patrick, could you describe that at bat? Dave Van Horn said maybe if the ball had been down a little bit more, maybe you get a strike out there. It was up a little bit. What did you see, and did you think it was going to drop in like it did?
Yeah, like Coach Stricklin said, he had a ton of run on his ball, and so I was really on top of the plate, and really I was just trying to battle and kind of caught it off the end, but I got lucky. It found a hole, and I'll take it.
Riley, Coach was talking about Connor Tate, and just it's one of the first time he's come up in big situations like this. He's come off the bench and got some really big hits. What is it about that guy that enables him to come through like he has?
No, that's awesome. Honestly, looking back in the year, I feel like he's had a good amount of coming in and just piecing up some balls. I'm thinking about Kentucky, thinking about 2 weeks ago. Just coming in, but it's awesome. He comes off the bench, comes up straight up, and he's ready to go. So that's huge on his part, no doubt. Going in there and just shows that he's ready to go, and then when his name's called, that he's going to execute. So that's huge.
This is for both players. Patrick, maybe you could start. What did you think of your freshman? He threw a few wild pitches, but he was throwing it pretty hard. Dave said that scoreboard was off. He was throwing harder than it said. What did you think of his performance? And the first time you guys had faced Arkansas, what did you think of Isaiah Campbell?
Yeah, well, Cole was awesome. He's a super talented freshman, and he's just getting better and better each start as the year's gone on. He's gotten stronger and stronger. I think he's really starting to find a groove. And so we have a ton of confidence when he's pitching, and he was unbelievable. And it's really cool to see him go out there and throw like that. And then Campbell, for them, he's really talented. And he threw really well. He kind of kept us off balance. I feel like we kind of kept plugging along, though, and we were able to finally break through. It was after they took him out of the game, but still just kind of kept battling, and we were able to find a way.
Yeah, no doubt. Cole's been awesome for us. He's coming in. He's pitching like a veteran, and that's hard to do coming as a freshman. Going out there and he's throwing every pitch for a strike, and it's hard to hit that ball when it's coming in about 98. He's throwing everything for a strike. So he's been unbelievable for us. And he's a fighter. Goes out there and he competes. And Isaiah Campbell, he looks good. Like Pat said, keep us off balance. Was throwing pretty well. But again, we had some clutch hits later in the game that just helped. And like Coach preached this whole year, pitching and defense is going to keep us in games, and it has. And then we're going to get those executed hits, those right times, and it's going to work out. So, yes, sir.
Riley, speaking of defense, the catch you had in left field, you lost like a split second, able to recover in time. Just kind of what happened on that play, your vantage point, and just what took place.
Yeah, I saw it hit well. So I was on my horse back there, and so it was right for the warning track, and I heard Tuck communicate and say, he said, "You got room." And so when he said that, I was like, I'm laying out for it, and good thing happened. So.
Anything else for the players? All right, thanks, guys. You guys can step down. Thank you. Questions now for Coach Stricklin.
Scott, just looking at Cole, he was a guy that, coming in obviously had pretty high expectations. How have you seen him progress from day one since he showed up to what he is now and how he looked tonight?
You know what? It's a little unfair when a guy like that shows up to campus. Everyone expects that he's going to strike everybody out, and everything's going to be smooth sailing because he's so talented. He throws 98 to 100 miles an hour. He got hit in the fall in our inter-squad games. Our guys hit him pretty good. He got hit early in the season, and that's a testament to Cole Wilcox of what kind of kid he is, because he didn't get down on himself. He got upset. He got ticked off, and him and Coach Kenny just kept going to work on getting the ball down, getting ahead in the count. The slider's sharpened up. The changeup's gotten better. When you can throw 98 to 100 and throw a slider at 90, 91 and throw a changeup anytime you want, it's really tough to hit. So really a lot of credit to Cole, because he didn't get discouraged. And really, when you look at it, I think it's a positive thing in the long run that he's had some failure and had to overcome it, because we all know in this game it's going to get you at some point. So he's had to overcome that. When you look at his numbers, he's walked some people, he's given up some hits, he's given up some runs, but he keeps getting better. And, you know, I thought his coming out party was 2 weeks ago in Florida. He threw a complete game. He played a 7-inning doubleheader, and he threw a complete game. And, I mean, it just was as good as a pitched game that I've seen, and he just continues to get better and better and better.
Scott, obviously they got the time runs on there on the ninth, but Shunk, I'm saying his name right, obviously got the big out at the end. Just what'd you think of that? And it was obviously a little tense, I guess.
Well, you know, it's funny. Ryan Webb is, and our guys will laugh about this in the back, when I'm going out to make that switch, I'm ready for a fist fight on the mound. He does not like to come out of games. And so I was kind of half smiling to myself. I'm like, all right, am I going to have to wrestle on the mound? Because he wants the ball. He wants to pitch. But when they made the switch to put Plunkett in there, it was the right move to go to Shunk. And he had him 0-2, and he did what a lot of pitchers do in that case. He tried to throw that slider too hard, and to Plunkett's credit, he got a base hit on it. But thought he should have ended it there. If he buries that slider, I think he's out. And then they get another hit. Now the go-ahead runs at the plate, but goes to 3-0, strike one, 3-1 slider, strike, 3-2 slider, strike three. So that's what Shunk can do. It's 90 to 91. It's not overpowering, but he can throw a slider and changeup at any time. So that's his go-to pitch, and he was able to throw it 3-1 and 3-2 with the game on the line.
Coach, one more thing on Connor. When you pinch him, was that just like a hunch? I mean, he's come through for you so many times this year. It just felt like the right opportunity to send him up there at that point for Shane.
No, I actually told him the inning before, if we've got runners in scoring position, so second and third, Shane Marshall was up third that inning. I said, runners in scoring position, Connor, you got to be ready to hit. So second and third, or second only, be ready. If it was first and second and nobody out, Raymond Jernigan was going to come in there and bunt. But, you know, the funny thing is, we got a guy on second base. We tried to hit and run. Sully moved Shep over to second base. And I look over. I'm expecting to see Connor Tate standing right next to me. And he's in the middle of the dugout kind of stretching. I go, Connor, you're up. And he had to run to go get his batting glove, his helmet, his bat. So that's a freshman for you. He's a redshirt freshman, but that's a freshman for you. He knew he was getting ready to hit, but he wasn't all the way ready. So 10 years ago, I might have said, someone else grab a bat because you're not ready. But I took a breath and let him get up there. I'm glad I've matured a little bit and let him hit, because he's had some big hits for us. Kentucky, as Riley mentioned, he had two big doubles with a base load against Auburn a couple weeks ago, and he's a clutch guy, man. It's been fun to watch him do that.
Scott, yesterday you were talking about ending the program's losing streak here in Hoover. Now you're one game away from the championship game. How much can you continue to change the narrative in a positive direction if you can find a way on Saturday and get to Sunday?
Well, I mean, we're just going to try to win Saturday. That's what we've preached to our guys. You know, the carrot I threw out in front of them before the game is, hey, we're playing for a day off. Let's play for a day off. We get to rest and relax tomorrow. So, you know, we're very open and honest with our guys. We're trying to win every single game, but we also have told them that, you know, the biggest thing for us is to be 100% when we go into the regionals. So we wanted to play for a day off tomorrow. And Saturday, we're going to do everything we can to win to try to get to Sunday. And we're just going to keep winning. And these guys enjoy it. Winning beats losing, I can tell you that. And guys have a lot of fun. They enjoy it. And you know, we're playing really good baseball right now.
Coach, I guess considering the offense Arkansas has, entering this game, they were hitting .304, and the top four hitters in their lineup today did not have a hit. So huge that your pitchers came through. But just collectively, the pitches that your pitchers made in situations, big situations today.
Well, again, Cole can throw a slider and a changeup, behind in the count, and he is throwing 98. I think Casey said that. Heck, the guy throws 98 miles an hour. But he can throw a slider at any time. He can throw a changeup at any time. And Coach Kenny does a great job of calling the pitches. It's not just fastball, 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 because when you throw that hard, you're tempted to just try to throw it by people. In this league, you can't do it. You've got to still be able to pitch. So Cole can really pitch. Ryan Webb, the thing that makes him effective is that changeup. That scoreboard is 4 miles an hour off. Our pitchers all think they've got dead arm right now, because Ryan Webb looks up there, he's throwing 80, 87. He's 91, 93. So I'll echo Dave Van Horn. Our scoreboard's a little slow. Our egos are getting hurt out of our pitchers. But that being said, Ryan Webb's changeup is the thing that gets him going, and he was getting those strikeouts on those changeups. And got great arm action. It looks like it's coming in at 92, 93, and that changeup comes in at 84, 85, and he gets a lot of swings and misses on it.
Yes, at first, what was Wilcox? What was he throwing his fastball tonight at?
Well,
in your mind?
In my mind, it was 95 to 98. He's hit 100 a couple times this year. We see double nines all the time, 99 out of him. So, I mean, it is electric, and it's not straight either. When you watch it, it's got a lot of life. It's got a lot of arm side run to it. And then he'll throw that slider that goes the opposite direction at 90, 91. So it's just explosive stuff for a kid to be so young. He's so talented, but he's really competitive, and he's a really hard worker. So you've got those intangible things, and that's what superstars are made out of. And, Emerson Hancock's another guy on our staff that's just really talented, hard worker, good kid, does things the right way. And those are guys that get onto the big leagues and do really well in professional baseball because they've got all the intangibles.
Is your first look at Arkansas in a game? What do you think? You obviously shut them down pretty good. What do you think, and do you think they're a top 8 seed type team regardless of what happens to them tomorrow?
Oh, there's no question. I think they're one of the top few teams in the country, 1, 2, or 3. Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, UCLA, I'm going to put us in that conversation. Arkansas, there's no doubt they're a top 8. That's as good an offense as there is in the country. Watching them on video, that's all we did. Last night after we found out that we're playing Arkansas, last night and this morning, just watching video and film of Arkansas, and it can make you nauseous watching that lineup. It's really good. There's no easy outs, 1 through 9, and they're just really talented. And they've got great arms too. So there's no question they're a national seed, and I hope that we end up seeing them in Omaha.
Any more questions? Thank you, Coach.